Good day. I am Peter Rony, and I live in Blacksburg, Virginia. I'm going to warn you in advance. This is going to be a long duration video. I created the first version of it on August 29th. And today is September 8th, and I'm revising the video. I don't know if what I will say will be any shorter duration, but we'll see. The title of this video is as follows: Among the petabyte of YouTube cloud data, how do I find my videos? Well, I didn't know on August 29th, and I trialed and error, and I found out. Okay, step one. I searched YouTube for Peter Rony, and you can do as well. And among the first group of URLs, maybe the second, here's what I encountered after my search. Peter Rony, an image. Gotta admit, this is me as of July 2015. So, it says, Peter Rony, 44 videos. Well, this was August 29th, and I reacted. 44 videos in 1 month? Well, today is September 8th, as I said, and I probably have 20 additional YouTube videos. I look at myself, I look in the mirror and says, hey, Peter, you've got YouTubeitis. You better have some rest and relief. Go to the beach. Okay, some educational material. I mentioned petabyte. Well, what is that? That is quadrillion. Terabyte is trillion. You can go to Best Buy and get 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 terabyte external hard drives. Gigabyte, oh, that's only 1 billion. Big deal. Megabyte, 1 million. Kilobyte, 1,000. Hectobyte, hecto, that's sort of weird. Decabyte, that's 10. And then we have less than 1. Deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, femto, atto, zepto, yocto. Well, I've heard of a pico, nano. I really haven't heard much about femto, and I certainly haven't heard atto. The prefix reminds me of attaboy. Anyway, enough for this frivolity. Well, I estimated that YouTube probably has a petabyte of cloud storage for all its wonderful collection of videos. Petabyte. Well, there's another storage place that tops that by at least 1,000. And that's the Utah Data Center, which is owned and operated by the federal government. And as I searched, they estimate that the storage at the site is of exabytes or larger. 1 exabyte is 1,000 petabytes. And this data center, to me, is scary. Look at the third bullet. Able to process all forms of communication, including the complete contents of private emails, cell phone calls, internet searches, as well as all types of personal data trails. Big Brother here you are. Scary. What does an exabyte data center look like? I went to Google, and here's what it looks like. Here's a photograph of the facility, also a diagram of the buildings, and here's what a data hall looks like. This is not the data hall at the data center, but it is a run-of-the-mill data hall. Been there, done that. Okay, now let's get to my abundant, probably overly abundant, YouTube videos. Well, I would like to break these videos into categories. I won't explain each video, but these are what I call especially important videos. One is something from Teachers Pay Teachers, Introductory Experiments in Digital Electronics. That's important because this was a pre-bug book. This was, I typed it in late December, January 1974, and I tried it out starting February 1974 with a group of 18 chemical engineering students. So, this was my first stab at writing digital electronics experiments, and I did this 41 years ago. Who wrote this manuscript? I did. Did politician Larson write anything? No. Did he draw anything? No. In fact, my drawings were pen-based and pretty crude. Did politician Larson do anything? No. I was responsible for teaching my chemical engineering students, and with that responsibility came the writing of this workbook. February 1974. My bug books were not published until August 1974. Why is this also important? Because if you go to politician Larson's Political Historical Museum in Floyd County, you'll see no mention of this document. In fact, it's been available for download as a PDF file since 2009. Okay, let's get to the next video. Chemical Engineering Started Bug Book History. Not chemistry, not Larson. It started in my department. And in this video, I give you the chronology. And I answer the weird question, how did a chemical engineer become interested in digital electronics? The answer is, I had to teach my chemical engineering students. Let's go to the bottom video. Boy, this is going to be a long YouTube video. Dropped out. Well, I read Bug Book History or some other internet story written by politician Larson in 2009. And in that statement there was a quote, "Peter Rony dropped out." That's politician talk. That's deceptive. Politician Larson, like hell I dropped out. I sued the pants off of you, Dave, I'm sorry, John Titus, Chris Titus, his wife, Sarah Titus, and your 4 damn companies. I tell the story here. All right, moving on. I wrote a PDF document, and it's still there at the website www.teacherspayteachers.com. And I'm proud of this particular PDF file because based on my, almost 40 years of experience, I tried to explain why smartphones, microprocessors, microcomputers worldwide are such a big thing. And in this video, I explain it's a simple reason. The fact is, we have a universal language, it's called binary, and we have a universal machine, it's called a microprocessor. And if you view the computer revolution in this way, I believe that a lot of things will make sense. I wrote, I think, between maybe 2009 and 2012, a humongous online chemistry book. It's called Enrichment Chemistry. It had 12 chapters, and the complete PDF ebook is available for download at Teachers Pay Teachers. But the 12 individual chapters are available in Kindle format on Amazon.com. And here are 3 of them, and there are others. Okay, I am an engineering educator, and so that's what I do. And so 2 of my YouTube videos I call educational videos. The top is Introductory Experiments in Digital Electronics. I've also already mentioned that because this workbook, 177 page, preceded the bug books. And then below is what I call Reports for Kids. I think I did this maybe a week or so ago, but today, September 8th, 2015, a Tuesday, I've revised it. And I just finished downloading it. And it's pretty long, but it's meant for teachers to get some ideas about how to introduce report writing to kids. Oh yes, my bug videos. Politician Larson ignores or obfuscates the fact that the origin of these 2 bugs, which he shows so prominently in his political museum in Floyd County, originated with me. I own them. And here I show 3 more bug sets, and on the following slide I show yet 2 more. I was a patron of a graduate student at Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, and I paid him $50 to draw these 5 sketches. Once he did, and once I paid him, they were mine. I owned them. And here we have politician David Larson pointing to, oh, he's been using the bugs for 41 years. Well, I contributed the bugs specifically so that they would appear on my bug books 1 and 2 and subsequent bug books. Dave didn't write those bug books, and being the sole author, it was my choice to put them on the bugs. Now here in 2015, I see that has, like an amoeba, politician Larson has osmosed and engulfed these 2 bugs, and he claims them as his own. Pure politician, David. 2 more bug videos. I like the bottom one with the worm, the pipe smoking worm who was listening to, I guess, a hornet. I've already mentioned this, universal language and universal machine. It's an educational video. And then some miscellaneous videos. The top one was fun to do. I love museums. I've since revised it, and the revision is up on YouTube. And then a little discussion of how I've been creating all these videos. Piece of cake. And I call my technique with PowerPoint Easy YouTube. Easy YouTube video. Moving on. Well, here are some very serious videos. They are group that are part of my what I call Blacksburg Deception series. This is my story of what happened to me by the so-called mastermind Larson and his two mastermind colleagues, Titus and Titus. So I pick apart bug book history and explain my participation and politician Larson's obfuscation on various aspects. Here are three of them, three more, and now pure goofiness. When you create these serious videos, you need an opportunity to just goof off and do something frivolous. And I was undergraduate at Caltech, and I am skilled at frivolity, only I don't exhibit it very often. It's a hidden characteristic. So I have a whole group of what I call clutter videos, in which actually I was trying to do a bit of engineering research. So here are two, and there are many more. And the single video that initiated me to the world of YouTube was this one. And it's been online since 2010. I had a WMV file, and as a test I uploaded it. Well, I've shown you a sampling of my YouTube videos, and this slide says it all. I have been and am now an educator, an engineering educator. And I certainly was an educator with my 6 bug books during the 1970s. And politician Larson at that time was certainly no educator. He was a skilled writer on other people's coattails. And you certainly detect a rather vigorous tone of voice. I'll tell you, I'm tired of fooling around with the Floyd County Museum obfuscations and nonsense. And YouTube's not my only internet avenue. I have a group of Kindle ebooks on Amazon.com and a group of PDF ebooks at Teachers Pay Teachers, and the URLs are shown here at the bottom. So I now have 3 vehicles for myself as an educator, and they are YouTube, Amazon.com, and Teachers Pay Teachers. Okay, let's look at one or more of my Amazon.com Kindle ebooks. I call these ebooks the Enrichment Chemistry Series. They're 12 books. Here is the first one, this book 2, book 4, book 6, book 7. They're not very expensive. I think all of my Teachers Pay Teachers and Kindle ebooks have list prices below $9.95. Book 8. This is an interesting book because chemistry department really doesn't like to teach rate processes except for chemical reactions, chemical kinetics. They don't give a damn about convection or diffusion. Such important rate processes just don't exist in their academic minds. Book 9. Book 10. I'm a chemical engineer, and here is my book about molecular chemical engineering. Book 11 and Book 12, which is a phrase I created. I like this phrase, chemical microengineering. Okay, so much for Amazon.com. How about some of my teacherspayteachers.com? I call this website TPT. They are PDF ebooks. I work in conjunction with my oldest son, Carl, on Lego. He is a Lego coach, a superior one for the Holy Cross Regional School in Lynchburg. My two grandsons, youngest grandsons, Nathan and Andrew, now have EV3 robot packages. Why EV3? Because I suggested to my daughter and son-in-law that that's what they should get. I wrote a group of EV3 Lego PDF files, and this one is really the most popular one. I wrote it for Nathan and Andrew. Here's another one that I wrote for Nathan and Andrew. It's called Brick Testing. Not as popular as the exercises. And then here is what, humbly, I consider to be my ebook masterpiece. Available at TPT, this is Enrichment Chemistry Complete. All 12 books in one place for only $9.95. This book, which took me, I believe, 2 years to write, has 640 pages, more than 500 color illustration, and it includes material, well, the relationship of molecules to fields such as geology, biology, astronomy, environmental science, chemical engineering, and even I talk about a bit of astrophysics. Those of you who are currently at a college or university, you know that your first year chemistry textbook, a new copy, will sell for more than $100. And it has no more pages than my 640 pages here. And I have more color images than is in their book. And I wrote this on my own without any federal grants and being completely obscure to academic chemists. Based on this book, I wrote a PDF book on molecules for my grandsons Nathan and Andrew. This is what is part of what I call my supermarket series. Well, I have created a YouTube video in WMV format, but it started with a PowerPoint presentation, so I saved my PowerPoint file to PDF, and I uploaded it to Teachers Pay Teachers. Now, this PDF file has no narration, but you can get it for a paltry $1. Okay, I'm proud of my supermarket series. When I was doing research, chemical engineering back in the 1970s, I would once in a while traipse over to the chemistry building and visit their smelly, storeroom of chemicals, which I could purchase credit to my grant. Smelly it was, unbelievable. But it had all sorts of interesting organic molecules and inorganic, and if they weren't available then I would have to go to Aldrich or some other chemistry stockroom firm and purchase them. So for adults who are viewing this page, please consider the supermarket as the modern chemical stockroom. It's not smelly, and the chemicals or mixtures of chemicals that are sold there are safe for the public. Superb place to learn, for a kid to learn some chemistry. I've mentioned this before, but this PDF file originated at Teachers Pay Teachers. It's available as a downloadable $9.95 file. This single PDF file consolidates my decades of experience in digital electronics, microprocessors, and all that started in 1974, and you see the date here, revised on December 21st, 2013. What's that? 39 years of professional experience. And my first and last big book on enrichment chemistry was the complete book, which I've mentioned. And what I did was create a free PDF file that explained what I planned to do next, which was PDF files on my home chemistry laboratory. Well, I haven't done anything past this point. I've been diverted to other things, including YouTube. I've told you that I consider a modern supermarket as a chemistry storeroom. And a wonderful thing for grades K through 12 students is to read nutrition labels. And I've spent some time thinking about that subject. And what's fun about the nutrition labels is you look on them and you see organic molecules called vitamins and inorganic elements called minerals. So in this PDF file, I show teacher how to create a nutrition label from scratch. And then here is one that talks about the nutrition labels of fruits and vegetables. Well, if you go to a produce section in a supermarket, there are no labels here. Well, if you got packaged nuts, you will see a nutrition label, but for the free standing bananas and apricots and lettuce, tomatoes, there are no nutrition labels present. Well, I went to Wikipedia and I was able to find and copy nutrition labels for fruits and vegetables. And Everybody, spurred on by Michelle Obama, has told you, hey, eat more fruits and vegetables. Go to the produce section. I agree. Especially buy nuts. Peanuts, especially. They are full of vitamins and minerals. And why is a peanut full? Because it has to have the basic chemistry for a new peanut plant. So here is me as an educator. And before that, 1998, my sister and I were interested in domain names. So at that time we published a book, my sister Ellen being the senior author and myself being the junior author, still available on Amazon.com, but as a used book. Now in 1998 and 99 I purchased for my private use a group of domain names. I still have one or two of them. One of them is called Rony.com and a second is called toasternet.com. Well, you've heard about the Internet of Things in 2015, and this book has a chapter near the end called the Toasternet Society. That's what I gave the name at that time, 1998, to the Internet of Things. And one sort of sad book that ties into a sad point in my life. This book is Beyond Endurance When a Child Dies. It's the second edition. The author was Ronald J. Knapp, who was a professor at Clemson University and is now retired and living, I think, in Tennessee. This book was published in 1986, and Barnes & Noble would not include it in its online or offline or bricks and mortar stores because the copyright date was too old. So what I did was write an additional chapter, chapter 11, and get a chemical engineering colleague who lost his son to write something in the appendix, and we published it. It's available as a paperback book at Amazon.com and as a Kindle ebook at Amazon.com. 2015, well, the Kindle ebook is more popular than a paperback. I have no idea what is happening at Barnes & Noble. So, here are the two contributions to the second edition. Chapters 1 through 12 are the original chapters written by Professor Knapp. But chapter 13 is my chapter, and 12 Learnings is Dr. Jim Doss's appendix. Well, politician with his bricks and mortar, Floyd County Museum is trying to conceal, to obfuscate my role with the bug books. He calls himself a mastermind. Well, I wasn't a mastermind then, now, and will never be. I am a technical writer. And I have a group of serious YouTube videos in which I dispute all the nonsense of politician Larson. Now, my YouTube videos are constitutionally protected. Politician Larson is a public figure now. He's making political assertions on the internet and in his museum, and I have a constitutional right to refute what he says. That's all. Sorry for the very long YouTube video, but as you can observe, I had some very important things to convey to you.